Hello friends, in this lecture we are going to talk about how to frame a good research question. A good research question is central to good research. If the research question is good, the research may or may not be good. But if the research question is poor, the research will definitely be poor. Therefore, a good research must begin with a good research question, which is usually derived from inspiration of three factors. 1. Informal observations. 2. Practical problems encountered in day-to-day practice. And 3. Previous research. Informal observations are direct observations of our own as well as others' behavior. For example, some may observe that in some ICUs, patients' relatives are allowed to enter wearing shoes, whereas in some other ICUs, the patient's relatives are not allowed, they have to put a shoe cover. So is there any difference in the infection rate between these two ICUs? So that comes from an informal observation of the facts or the practices. There can come from practical problems, that if you are choosing one particular technique for ventilation and you are encountering some problems during change of parameters, you may attempt a new kind of thing, and that may give you a research question to perform a research. And thirdly, and probably the most common, is to get ideas from inspiration from other research works. So if you are getting a research work which is published in the last month and you observe certain fallacies or certain inadequacies in that research, it may stimulate you to add some new question or think about a new question which may become the subject of your research. Novice researchers can find inspiration by consulting with a more experienced researcher, and therefore it is always better to take advice from senior researchers when one is doing research in the early part of their career. Now the first question is how to generate empirically testable research questions. We have to look closely at the discussion sections of the recent research on that subject. The last section of the article, where the researchers summarize their results, interpret their results, there only you will find that they give some suggestions regarding research on the directions for the future research. So those are the areas where you have to hit upon, where you can collect upon. Suggestions often take the form of specific research questions. So your research questions can be modeled on the basis of such research questions which have been attempted before.